Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we have a brand new list of VR's best free-to-play games. Now this is not by any means a complete list, but rather some newer free-to-play games that I highly recommend, plus 6 more of my all-time favorite free games. Now there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but before that, I want to hear what your all-time favorite free-to-play VR game is down in the comments right now. Now we're going to start this list off with a game that I just recently covered, and that is the 5v5 MOBA title StarVault. Currently available on the MetaQuest 2, 3, and 3S, with a PlayStation 2 and PC VR release in the near future. This game is like a built from the ground up VR hero shooter meets League of Legends. It has everything you'd come to expect from your traditional MOBA game, to the point that this would even be a great flat screen title. But what makes it truly shine is just how unique the mechanics are for all 12 of the game's characters. You can play a giant mech, but it requires you to use your arms to move, similar to the game Gorilla Tag. It also has you aiming with your head, which takes a moment to get used to, but at the same time you feel fully empowered, like you're this crazy walking tank. On the opposite end, you could be a character on a hoverboard, where you get to fly around just by leaning in a direction. Now, if these classes sound a little bit too wild for you, there's also some much easier to run classes, including one that reminds me of the Team Fortress Heavy. So if you have any interest in VR shooters, or you're looking for a MOBA game, I highly recommend you check out StarVault. Now, it might be a surprise to see me recommending this next title, but Dimensional Double Shift is an absolute blast. This is from Alchemy Labs, the same studio that gave us the VR classic Job Simulator, and Dimensional Double Shift is basically an evolution of that. It's now a 4-person co-op game that routinely gets new DLC and tons of cosmetics, and you could just jump online for a public game or get a bunch of friends together like I just recently did with their New Jersey DLC. A good game is a good game no matter what, and if you're looking for a light experience to introduce people to VR, this is a fantastic title. Now staying on the more casual side, we also have Project Freefall from Shell Games. This studio is most well known for I Expect You to Die and Among Us 3D, but now they're trying out something completely new with a casual 8-person PvP game. Everyone loads up into an airplane, only to then be dropped from the sky, with the major catch that there's only one parachute. So for the next 5 minutes, everyone's going to be fighting over it, and whoever can hold on the longest is the winner. On the way down, you'll run across tons of power-ups and obstacles, and you could also use a series of grappling hooks to help propel yourself to or away from enemies. I played this with 7 other fellow content creators. We were all in the same location, and it was absolutely hysterical. And last up in the newer free-to-play VR games, we have the 4-player co-op roguelite Ironstrike. You get specialized in ranged, melee, and even magical combat. There's physics-based combat designed to make you feel every impact. And instead of a small corridor dungeon crawler, your battles will be taking place in large open worlds. So if you and your friends currently enjoy something like Dungeons of Eternity, but you're looking for a change of pace, I recommend you go check out Ironstrike. Now, instead of going from paid release to free-to-play, our next title, Tunnels, actually started as a free demo and then eventually became a larger game. Luckily though, the demo is still available, and it's ideal for anyone who likes horror titles, specifically those with environmental storytelling. This is the ultimate game of spelunking gone wrong. It's already creepy enough to find yourself trapped in a tight cavern system, but things get so much worse when you hear something crawling around. It'll skitter along next to you, cast giant shadows, duck out from around corners, and do its best to make you crap your pants. Now, after the first time I saw a shadow and heard a skitter, I was on an immediate speed run and never looked back. So if you need something creepy to try out on Halloween, go give Tunnels a try. And the same goes for the classic shooter Propogation VR. Propogation VR comes from Wanna Dev Studio, the same team that gave us Ragnarok, Propagation Paradise Hotel, and Vestiges. Now, surprisingly enough, this title from 2020 is easily the best looking on the list, and it's basically a short but super intense and absolutely stunning gallery-based shooter. This game is equal parts gory and creepy, and if you end up loving it, they do have a paid co-op mode. This game is also great for a party-like environment. It's easy to take turns jumping right into the action, and thanks to just how creepy it is, it also becomes a spectator sport. So while this isn't really a full game, I do recommend you at least give it a try. Now for the competitive shooters out there, Hyperdash still remains one of my favorite VR games. It plays like a classic arena shooter, including gameplay modes like Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, Domination, and a few more unique options such as Ball and Payload. But I just love the overall pacing, gameplay mechanics, and sci-fi theme. Unlike certain military shooters, the time to kill here is usually much higher, and a lot of the focus comes down to locomotion and ambushing enemies. No other VR shooter has really recaptured this for me just yet, and that's why I keep a special place for it in my heart and constantly recommend it. And I guess we could say the same about our next game, VR's #1 free-to-play Battle Royale. Nearly 5 years old and still going strong. In fact, a brand new event is starting the day I'm posting this video. Now, personally, I'm not a big Battle Royale fan, but this title actually offers up so much more. On top of the normal Battle Royale mode, they also have Phoenix Royale, which is much more forgiving, creating a much more noob-friendly community. There's also a whole sandbox mode where you can explore and even battle across whole new worlds, or just build a cool hangout for you and your friends. Now, I usually hear in the comments that this game is not free on Steam, but it is free from the Rift and Meta stores. Now, if you prefer your shooters in single player, I have a full campaign for you with Cactus Cowboy Plants at War. I know many of my viewers will struggle with the graphics on this one, but it actually turns out to be a really good shooter. I guess we don't always need to be blowing holes into real life heads when murderizing an army of cartoon bugs would do just fine. Guys, the game has this wicked combination where it takes itself seriously, but not at all at the same time, where you get an epic and semi-dramatic slow motion death scene, but the guys dying are cactuses, so you can never take it serious. So push all of that nonsense to the side where you say, no, this is not a real man's game. It's rated mature 17. It's cool. It's worth trying. It's fun. Just shut up and give it a try. And last up, we got an old school favorite of mine, BlastOn. BlastOn is a really unique 1v1 shooter that you can play solo or online PvP. Over time, you'll unlock and update a unique arsenal, and from there, it almost becomes a bullet hell shooter. The weapons you assign to your inventory will randomly spawn around you, and you'll have to use them to the best of your ability to take out your opponent, who's only a few feet away, in a duel-like fashion. But the fact that each weapon has projectiles with different speeds and spreads turns this into a truly strategic and surprisingly athletic battle. So even if you're not into online PvP, I highly recommend you download it just for the single player. And that right there, guys, was my list of some newer FreeR games mixed with my favorite classics. I'll eventually put together another list of free VR games separated by genre, so don't forget to tell me your all-time favorite free VR game down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing.